This is a public service announcement going out to all entrepreneurs. Stop creating SOPs, or at least stop creating them in the traditional sense that we learn SOPs with. Let me explain. Now, SOPs are great in theory, right? But here's the truth. 9 times out of 10, traditional SOPs, they do not work. For starters, they're too long. 2, they exist, but teams oftentimes don't use them for a reason that they don't know, but I'll tell you why, right? 3, they're too complicated. 4, there are hundreds and thousands of parts of your business that you, in your mind, you think needs to be SOP'd. So you overwhelm your team and nobody reads them and they do not get used. That is not how human beings retain information and use information. And that is what's wrong with SOPs today. That is what we do as entrepreneurs, which overwhelms our team. Let me show you the better solution for how to approach actually creating SOPs that works for your team. And so when I say stop creating SOPs, this is what I want you to do instead. First thing is, we generally start, instead of creating SOPs, we actually map out what is the actual real steps that the company or the team takes to do whatever it is they need to do. And then from there, then we take it a step further and create what we call resource guides, right? Now, so this is the first thing that I think a lot of us get wrong with creating these systems for our companies, is that we create these long documents, but if I only needed one piece of documentation, one piece of information, it'll be hard to find. Somebody's dealing with an emergency, dealing with a situation, but they can't get access because they got to scroll through Command or Control F, try to find on the same page to see what needs to happen. So once you finish mapping out your business functions, the immediate next thing to do is to essentially create supporting documentation for each of those steps. So it's strictly resources that they need in the moment of time that they need it. So as a result, we're able to have a relatively clean SOP library that doesn't have too many things, but it only has the important and necessary things that the team needs to do what they need to do. So in conclusion, stop creating SOPs. Instead, map out your processes and then create supporting documents, which could be templates, which could be images, or it could be whatever you need. Create these documents that are going to help you in communicating with your team what they need to do, as opposed to giving them a 20, 50,000 page document that they need to follow.